Okay, I've added another line to our linear equations. We've got that basic solid orange line where I started with nothing and I bought 2 shirts every week, okay? Then I give the example of, well, I still bought 2 shirts a week, but my starting point was 3 shirts. So it's a little bit different, right? My slope is the same on those. But what about if I decide to start buying shirts at a different rate, okay? So what's going to change? Is it my starting point or my slope, right? Okay, well, my starting point is the same. It's 0 in this story. I have no shirts in my closet, but I want to start buying them, and maybe I'm a little bit greedier, and I want to buy more than just 2 shirts a week. Now I want to buy 3 shirts a week. So where I bought 2 shirts a week, after 6 weeks it went up 2 for that first example, but now after 6 weeks I'm going to bump it up 3 shirts, okay? So every time I go over 6 weeks, I'm going to bump up 3 shirts each time. And that makes a new story, a new line, okay? So there are 3 different lines here and 3 different stories you could think about, okay? So if you think about these lines and stories, it's going to help you, okay? So when you have story 1, your starting point is nothing, right? No shirts to begin with. The rate of change is 1/3. Remember when we simplified 2/6 to 1/3? You could also say if I went up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, it was that same rate every single time, okay? So if I plug in, my starting point is 0, my rate of buying shirts, or my slope, is 1/3, okay? I can plug in any point on that line, and in this case I'm going to plug in this one with a star, over 6, up 2, so I'm going to plug in 6, 2. Now you have to be really careful because our brain wants to put the 6 here and the 2 there. X is right here, kind of hidden in the middle, and our 2's here. And when I simplify, 1/3 of 6 is 2, plus 0 is 2. So 2 equals 2, and that checks out, okay, because that is going to be a solution to our equation. Okay, that point, I know, lands on my line. So story number 2, I said, oh, remember, starting point was 3. I had 3 shirts in my closet, so that is going to be my y-intercept. And my rate was still the same. I bought every 1 week, that was, every 3 weeks it was 1 shirt. For every 6 weeks it was 2 shirts, right? So when we simplify 2/6, we get 1/3, okay? So you plug those in. 1/3 of 6 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. Does 5 equal 5? Yes, it does. So I know that's a point on my line, okay? And then the last story that I added on here is I said, okay, my starting point again is 0. I've got no shirts in my closet, but my rate of change changed, right? I have a different slope now. I'm going to go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. So that means every 2 weeks I'm buying a shirt, right? If I look at it just after 6 weeks, I go 3 shirts in 6 weeks, simplifying to 1/2. So 3/6 is the same thing as 1/2, right? Plug in my starting point and my slope, and I see 6 times 1/2 is 3, right? Half of 6 is 3, plus 0 is 3, so 3 equals 3. Checks out. Again, it's another story. Okay, so think of those lines as just stories. We need to know the starting point, and we need to know our slope, and we'll be able to get it.